Today we'll go through some of the secrets or behind scaling up an insurance agency. So just to give you a quick background, myself Avdesh Saxena. Um, so recently, what I did was I interviewed a lot of top insurance agents, agency owners, and thought leaders in insurance agency space, and I have collated all their what is it, best practices or suggestions, or what they have gone through to build an insurance agency. And I have put everything in this book, which is called Friendly Agent. Um, so if you go through this book, I'm sure you will learn something from these experts. Some of them have spent 20 to 30 years in figuring things out, and you can definitely shorten that time frame by going through their learnings. So let's go and after interviewing all these people, I tried to understand some of the trends and even what's happening in today's world. And I've tried to create a framework step by step, how we can use it to scale up insurance agency. So here's the secret number one: finding your niche. So one thing which folks who are able to scale up and sometimes very fast is that they are able to find one problem which they can solve for their customer and highlight it. So if you may also know that if you have say a knee problem and you're looking for a solution, then whether you'll go to someone who says that they can solve any kind of pain, whether it's a head pain, neck pain, knee pain, or to someone who says that, hey, I specialize in knee pain, come to me. And so so that's what's happening in market. And if you take some of the examples of insurtech startups, Health IQ is a good example. They are a $450 million company. Now, what they did was, they are not just saying that, hey, we sell life insurance. What they're saying is that we sell life insurance to people who are healthy. So, can you run 9 minutes a mile? And, those kind of things. That's how they're advertising and trying to attract that audience and position themselves, in that way. But at the end of it, they are selling life insurance. If you look, Lemonade Insurance, they started by focusing on renters homeowner insurance, and then they especially in New York, and then they ventured out to other line of business now. But for initial few years, they were able to scale up by focusing on a particular niche. So that's the one thing. And I would like to ask you all, if you don't mind sharing, what are some of the niche which you are working, and what do you think is your niche? You can leave a comment in a messenger or talk about it. Now, you may be wondering, hey, how do we find our niche? And in some cases, you may be running an agency for a longer period of time, maybe 10-20 years, and selling multiple line of business. So how do you do that, in that scenario? So first is keep your ear to the ground. So, listening to what consumers are complaining, what people are coming to you for. And, and after a certain point of time, you'll start noticing a pattern. These folks are coming to me. And maybe, you can start niching out, or have a separate department created for that line of business. So some of the examples, so Nick was mentioning, he was talking to one of his investor in California who moved from Bay Area, San Francisco, to somewhere further north, in more of a rural area. And, he was finding it difficult to get insurance for himself. So, I mean, people are moving now from metros to these more rural or quieter places. So there are new opportunities coming that side as well. Secondly, if you remember last year in summer, people were not able to buy RV because they were all sold out. So, I mean, what does it mean? Opportunity for RV insurance, maybe it's going to increase in near future. Another example could be delivery based services. Again, if as far as I remember, last year, at least for last 1 year, I'm getting all my groceries delivered, and many times food and all those things, right? So these areas are expanding, and again, it is adding new kind of a risk and exposure for these drivers and these delivery based companies, and they also have to be addressed. So these are some of the ways one can identify a niche by looking what's happening around us and even listening to customer. Again, flood insurance and wildfire insurance is also some of the opportunities which were suggested by experts. So yeah, I mean, something to think about. What are some of the other new opportunities coming in, which we may able to tap into? Now, second way to find a niche is by using data analysis. So in this book, we have discussed a lot of different parameters and data metrics and all. You can go through them in detail, but here I will discuss some, the major ones, which can help you in finding your niche. So one is like, line of business, which is generating most revenue for you. So Ryan mentioned that, when he looks at insurance agencies' book of business, sometimes he finds that, 80% of business is coming from 20% of the clients. So instead of focusing on the rest 80% clients who are just generating 20% of business, you are better off by focusing on these 20% of clients who are generating your 80% or majority of revenue. So that's one good way to start. So, I mean, a lot of agencies start off with, a local agency serving multiple lines of business. But as you grow along, and since you accumulate a lot of data over a period of time, you may find out certain pockets which are more profitable for you, and you can focus on them. Similarly, one example which was provided was that, one agency, they focus on insuring, I think, immigrants in certain categories. And in those cases, that agency was getting, I think, more than 25% commission for that risk population. So again, a good profitable market they were able to identify and focus on. Second way is you can have your account breakup by revenue bands. So what it means is like, I mean, look at your clients and then group them, like, how many of your accounts or clients are generating under 5K revenue, how many are generating between 5K to 10K, how many between 10K to 20K, and those kind of things. And this will give you idea that, okay, how your state looks like and where do you want to focus on. So this is also a good way to look at the data. And what will happen is your strategy is going to change drastically based on the type of market you operate. We are going to discuss some of the strategies and foundational items in coming sessions. But if you look at it, right, if you're focusing more of what you say products which are which can easily be you can have it online, or serving a population who's generating, say, under $1,000, $500 kind of a revenue, then maybe you can automate a lot of those operations so that you can scale up faster. For example, the way Lemonade Insurance did. Or if you have a larger client base with generating maybe say 250K revenue every year, then you will look at hiring more of account managers or special staff focusing on those kind of high net worth clients who need more attention. And I'll take one more example. I'm not sure how many of you know Paradiso Insurance, they're here. And, I mean, they're in business for, I think, more than 20 years or 25 years. And a few years back, they realized that, there's a good opportunity in these FedEx trucks, insuring these FedEx trucks. So they went ahead, they partnered with carrier, and, they got special arrangement done. And, they can write, I think, most of these states in US. And this category is becoming a good revenue generator for them. By focusing on these niche, they created a separate department. They hired account managers, or people focusing on this category, FedEx truck drivers. So that's a one big learning which I had when I interviewed all these folks. Now, another way to find out a niche is by keyword analysis. And we will discuss a short case study about Lemonade Insurance, how you can use keyword analysis, and you can also analyze your competition. Like you can see how they are getting traffic, or what they are focusing on, and or maybe what are the new trends coming up where you may be able to focus and grow. So this data, like you can go to similarweb.com. There it provides you a lot of information about how different websites are getting traffic. So when you put in Lemonade Insurance, you will see that this is 50% of their traffic is coming from search, and 34% something is from direct, and which means that it's more of a they are doing a lot of branding and those kind of things, which is helping them. But looking at that, right, you can see that where you should be focusing on, where you are attacking, say, homeowners, renter insurance line of business. And when you go even more deeper, how much organic, how much inorganic, and what kind of keywords they're using. So what are they bidding for? And then you can find out what's the cost of those keywords. So again, like you can say Lemonade is having, say, 2,500 odd keywords for which they're generating traffic. And if you look one of these keyword, engagement ring insurance, this has a cost somewhere between, say, $4, $5 to $18 at the higher end. Now, if you think this is your niche, or this can be your niche, and you're able to generate lead by using, say, Google keywords or Google AdWords in between $5 to $10, and you are able to convert, and your ROI is more than this, then definitely it makes sense to focus on this and build everything around it. And we will discuss all the other foundational aspects in coming weeks. But I just wanted to make sure that these items give you a food for thought, that how you can find your niche and how you can narrow down on particular line of business or area where you can grow and scale up. And as I mentioned, we will discuss in coming modules what are some of the foundational items, and how you can put fuel to fire, what are some of the marketing strategies and things like that. Thanks everyone for joining today's session. Keep looking for our upcoming sessions where we will discuss how to scale up your insurance agency. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out our website, friendlyagentbot.com. Thank you.